Good morning, students. Today in this video we are going to discuss about the philosophy of Indian Constitution. Before I do start the philosophy of Indian Constitution that is actually mentioned in our preamble, which is the precise form of Indian Constitution, we must remember few of the personalities of the Constituent Assembly. Who were the few? We have already read about them while we had discussed in the previous video. First, if we see, you might have been remembering Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Dr. Rajendra Prasad was the President of Constituent Assembly, and he became the first President of independent India. He had a great role because he was the President of Constituent Assembly. We must not forget about the person who is called H.C. Mukherjee. Harendra Kumar Mukherjee. H.C. Mukherjee, Harendra Kumar Mukherjee, who was the Vice Chairman or Vice President of Constituent Assembly. Then we have already discussed about the B.N. Rao, Sir Benegal Nursing Rao. B.N. Rao stands for Sir Benegal Nursing Rao. He was the Constitutional Advisor of Constituent Assembly. Then important persons that we must remember, it is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar. His full name is Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar, and we know that he was the chairman of drafting committee. And what was the role of drafting committee? After discussion it law or a principle, it was handed over to first to this B.N. Rao, and then it was transferred to the drafting committee, which was headed by the B.R. Ambedkar, and they were writing it under the different headings. Then we also have the important personality, we can say Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. He was the first Home Minister of India, means second to Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who was the first Prime Minister of India. His role is very important before the independence and after the independence. Why? He is also known as the Iron Man. Lauh Purush बोला गया है. Why it is so? Because in the provision of independence that was granted to India, it was mentioned that now from today, India and Pakistan would be known as the two different nations. It means at that time they were talking about only the princely states. The east part of India, which was the Muslim majority area, now it known as the Bangladesh, or it was known as the East Pakistan, and the western part, northwestern part, where the Muslim majority is there, it came to be known as the Pakistan. But as far as the princely state is concerned, it was written in the provision that as far as princely state concerns, they may either join India or Pakistan or may remain independent. Yet clause as far as the princely states are concerned, they may remain either with India or with Pakistan, or even they may not join any of these two, may remain independent. That's why after the partitions, we don't find the boundary of India and Pakistan is a very straight line. Because after the majority was divided, then the village or cities which were falling on the borderline, it was asked to them whether they want to join India or Pakistan. Due to it, we find a curve line. The princely estate, generally princely estate had joined, which were in the territory of India, they joined the India, and the Pakistan, they joined the Pakistan, but the Nizam of Hyderabad, they told that I'm neither going to join India nor the Pakistan, I would remain independent. And it was the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, by using their force, their might, they simply merged the Nizam, means Hyderabad, into the territory of India. That's why we must remember the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Why should we forget about the Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru? We should not forget the Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who had a great role in the Constituent Assembly. He has presented the preamble, the draft of preamble that about which we are going to discuss. Then we also remember the M.N. Roy. M.N. Roy had given the idea of the Constituent Assembly in 1934. Manvendra Nath Roy, he had given the idea of Constituent Assembly in 1934, and we have already discussed that since 1935 it became the official demand of the Indian National Congress. If we see the list would be much more bigger one, but at least these people we have to keep in mind who had changed the idea, means changed the features. Now preamble, what is the preamble? Preamble is actually the introduction to the constitution. We have taken the idea of preamble from the Constitution of USA. When we see the preamble, it starts with the word we, the people of India, we, the people of India, solemnly resolve to constitute India into sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and ensure to provide them what they provide: justice, equality, liberty, fraternity. Some words are these, but in precise I have given you the preamble of Indian Constitution. It starts with the word "we the people of India." It has a different meaning. Sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, republic. They try to ensure the public the justice, the equality, the liberty, and the fraternity. You might have been remembering that I have told you these idea, equality, liberty, and fraternity, we have taken from the Constitution of France. Now we will discuss one by one. What the "we the people of India" mean? It says that the Constitution of India has been derived by the representative elected by the people of India. It has not been handed over to us either by the king or any dictator or any foreign power. Here, foreign power generally we mean the British. Maybe in support of other foreign powers. That we have drawn it, we have written it. It means the representative were representing the people. From the princely state, we have told you that the one representative was representing the 10 lakhs population as an average. Although the election did not take place or had not taken place on the basis of universal adult franchise, still the representative were elected and the representative of constituent assembly were elected by the member of provincial legislatures. And member of provincial legislatures, they were elected by people. Since the representative had made the Indian Constitution, so we can say that it was made by the people of India. That's why our Constitution starts with the word "we the people of India." हम भारत के नागरिक, इस word से start होता है. Then it says India is sovereign. What does the sovereign means? Sovereign means स्वायत्ता. We are free to frame. We are free to frame our internal as well as external policy. No foreign power can dictate in our policy making. Means what type of relation we have to keep with our neighboring country, with the superpower. Means in the beginning there was two superpowers after the Second World War. One was represented by the USA and another was represented by the Russia. After the breaking down of the Russia in 1991, only USA is remaining as the superpower. But how our relation should be with it depends on us. Our government had a good relation with the USA as had a good relation with the USSR. Means they are neither joining any of the groups. We will read that they made another platform, that is a non-alignment movement now. It is on ours, that is sovereign, that we are free to frame our policy, internal as well as external. In recent cases, the present government had taken many steps. These steps has been criticized by our neighbors, but we are not under the pressure of the neighbors. That's why India is the sovereign. When the constitution was written, these two words were not written in the preamble. These two words were not written in the preamble. It was added by 42nd amendment in 1976. Other than this another words were written. It means in 1976, three words were written. Means included in the preamble. One was the socialist, one was the secular, and third one was the integrity. When you read the preamble, at the last it is written unity and integrity. The integrity was also added. It means by the 42nd amendment of 1976, three words. Which were the three words? Socialist, secular, and integrity. Three words were added. Now we are moving to the another features that India is a socialist. The idea of socialism has been borrowed from the revolution of Russia, and one of the leaders, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, was very much influenced by the idea of socialism. In the idea of socialism is that the resources and source and wealth are produced by the nation, by the peoples, and it should be also equally distributed. If we see the government platforms, government organizations, government institution, government company, we find that this motto is not to earn the profit. Its main motto is to simply distribute the resource equally among the peoples. Russia is representing the socialist society, USA representing the capitalist society, and both we can see in India. If we see the private sector, we find that oh yeah, capitalist hai, it means they are representing the USA capitalist society. I will see the government institution, government platform, government companies, we see it is the Russian influence socialist. It means their aim is not to earn the profit. Resources should be equally distributed. This word, with this word, another word was secular was also added. Even though in our constitutions, in the fundamental rights that we have taken from the Constitution of USA, it is mentioned that we have the freedom of religion. We can profess any religion of our own. If we wish, we can change our religion also. We may participate in the other people's religion also, in others' religions which is not ours. And at the same time, in some parts, it has been given to propagate and profess their religion. But secular was added to the word, was added to the Indian Constitution and made it clear that even though we have got the fundamental rights, it is our duty, it is the main theory that a state will not have its own religion. Means there is no any state religion and all the religions are treated equally in India. If we say what is our national religion, we say sorry, we don't have any national religion. So in government offices, in school colleges, no one can promote any particular religion. This shows that India is a secular state. These two words were added. It means if we see the very original constitution, it means that these two words are missing. Then it is the democratic. India is a democratic country and we are making its study from the very childhood, even from the class 6, that India is a democratic, because democratic says that people have all the political rights, means equal political rights. People elect the representative. It means they form the government. And they form the government only for a fixed time. And what is the fixed time? That is for the 5 years. Maximum for the 5 years. After that, if the people find that the government is working properly, they may continue that government. Generally in the history we find that if the free and fair election take place, then there are 66%, matlab कि 2/3 chances are there that the ruling party would lose the election. But even we find that people find that the government is working very properly and up to the mark of the expectations of the peoples, then peoples vote for the government. Means we have equal political rights. One person, one vote and one value. Universal adult franchise or universal adult suffrage. Anyone who has attained the age of 18 years has the right to vote irrespective of their caste, religion, gender, birthplace, etc. etc. Then it is the republic. India is a republic country. And how it is a republic? Because head of the state is an elected personality, elected members. It is not the king or the queen, it is neither hereditary. Head of the state is the president. President is elected personality, elected post. And who elect? The president is elected by the electoral college. And who are among the electoral college? The members of parliament. Both the houses, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, and plus the member of legislative assembly. So they are also elected for a term of 5 years. Whether they may, if a person becomes president, it is not mentioned in the constitution that person may not become the president for the second times. But it has been seen that once one has become the president, he leave the places. Means their elections take place after the gap of 5 years and it is not the hereditary. So we can say India is the republic. We have got, we the people of India, meaning we have got the sovereign, how India is sovereign. We have got, it is socialist, it is secular, it is democratic, it is the republic. Then it is aimed to provide, secure the justice. Justice means no one can be denied. No one can be denied of the justice on the basis of the caste, religion, gender, etc. Means all are equal, all have equal opportunity, all can access to the judiciary, and all have the right. We also find, if you read the constitution, if you read the history of the rights, you will find there are many cases versus public versus the government. ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि जिसकी सरकार ही है उससे एक आम आदमी कैसे फाइट कर सकता है, बिकॉज इट इज बेस्ड ऑन द प्रोवाइडिंग द जस्टिस, इट इज ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ इक्वलिटी. Then we have the equality. If you see the list of fundamental rights, in the fundamental rights to equality has been mentioned from Article 14 to Article 18. It explains that all are equal before the law. सभी कानून के सामने बराबर है. A state cannot make any discriminations on the basis of caste, religion, gender, etc. A state means government cannot make the discriminations. At the same time, in our society, the discriminations were prevailed on the basis of caste. And since discrimination was on the basis of caste, it has been eliminated. It is mentioned in Article 17. And it has been also told that all have the equal opportunity in the government offices and also utilizing the natural resource. And they have been discouraged the use of titles. What is the use of title? Writing the Sir and Rai Bahadur had been discouraged to bring them on the equal platform. That's why we say that our constitution provides the equality and it has been mentioned in our fundamental rights. These three ideas, equality, liberty and fraternity, we have taken from the Constitution of France. It was revolution of constitution was based on the three main pillars: equality, liberty and fraternity, that we have read in the French revolutions. Our society was divided into three states. That's why equality we have taken from it and we have got the equality. Liberty means freedom. We have the freedom of speech, freedom of expression. It is mentioned in rights to freedom or rights to liberty from Article 19 to 22. It is mentioned from Article 19 to 22. We have the freedom of speech, we have the freedom of expression. Speech and expression means we can express our views which may support the government, which may not support the government. It means we have the right to criticize the government also. And generally we are criticizing it. Till this criticism should not harm the dignity of the people to whom we are criticizing it. क्रिटिसाइज तो करना है, लेकिन क्रिटिसाइज ऐसा नहीं करना है कि उनके डिग्निटी मतलब के आत्मसम्मान और उनकी जो प्रतिष्ठा है उसको ठेस पहुंचाए. We have also the freedom of assembling in the peaceful manners without arms. It is our freedom to go anywhere and settle anywhere. If you see your neighbors, if you are living in the cities, then you will find that your neighbor is not from the same village you are. They may be from the either another district or another city or another state. It means if they find the opportunity in this state we are living, in the city we are living, they have settled down there. We have the liberty of life also, freedom of life. We have the freedom to protect ourselves. We have the freedom, means rights to liberty. That means we may ask the questions why one is getting arrested. Means if you go through the rights to liberty, you will find that many wide explanations have been given. The right to education, which has been included in Article 21A, it is a part of rights to freedom or rights to liberty. Rights to life, rights to food, right to water, all are coming to right to life. It is a part of the freedom. Means every type of freedom has been provided. In the last, you see, it is a fraternity. And what are the fraternity means? Means brotherhood. We should live in the amicable atmosphere, very amicable atmosphere, and we should attach to each others with the glue of friendship, with the glue of brotherhood, because India is the land of diverse culture. India is the land of diverse religion, language, their culture, their food habit. Everyone is different, and when we don't find of our culture, we think that they are aliens. So they say that not do it. We have to live together with the friendship in the amicable atmosphere. And in the last, the words that was included, it was the integrity, unity and integrity. These were the philosophy. If we say, we find that which the words which were not the part of the Indian Constitution in the Preamble, which was written by hand, the original documents in the Preamble, we find socialist is missing, secular is missing. And when this word socialist and secular has been added, it is between the sovereign and the democratic. Between the two words, which two words it has been added, it is between the sovereign and the democratic. That's why we say, we the people of India solemnly resolve to constitute India into sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic and republic. And the last words, it is not unity of the country India, it is unity and integrity of the country of the India. It means this was the philosophy of the Indian constitutions. This is the third video and fourth video, sorry, it is the fourth video. In this video, we have got through it in the first video, constitution, then we have got the constitution of South Africa, and why we had discussed the constitution of South Africa, because it is the ideal constitution. And why it is the ideal constitution? Because the people of the rulers and ruled sat together to draw the constitution for themselves and for them. दोनों को बैठ के constitution draw करना था. Indian constitution, it is a very good philosophy. It is based on, it is the largest written constitution in the world. I do hope you people have understood it. Thank you. Go through it.